Part 1. Origins, Overview, and Foundations of Positive Psychology. Introduction to the book and authors. Positive Psychology, the scientific and practical explorations of human strengths, is one of the most influential and comprehensive textbooks on the subject of positive psychology. It was written by three respected psychologists, C.R. Snyder, Shane J. Lopez, and Jennifer Teramoto Pedrati, and has been used widely in universities and research settings to introduce students and professionals to the science of positive human functioning. C.R. Snyder, known for his hope theory, was one of the first researchers to define and study hope as a measurable and essential psychological construct. Shane J. Lopez extended Snyder's work and focused particularly on hope and well-being in educational settings and workplaces. Jennifer Teramoto Pedrati contributed deep insight into the cultural aspects of well-being, making the book more globally inclusive. The book aims to shift the focus of psychology from merely treating mental illness to actively promoting mental health and human flourishing. Instead of just asking, "What's wrong with people?" positive psychology asks, "What makes life worth living?" The birth of positive psychology. Positive psychology emerged officially in 1998 when Martin Seligman, then president of the American Psychological Association, APA, called for a more balanced approach to psychology. For most of the 20th century, psychology focused heavily on dysfunction, disorders, and the treatment of mental illness. This disease model helped many people, but it largely ignored the strengths and potentials of the human spirit. Seligman and others proposed a scientific study of what goes right in life, such as optimism, strengths, virtues, happiness, and resilience. They believed that people are not just passive recipients of good or bad experiences, but active creators of meaningful lives. The authors of this book took this vision seriously and worked to build a strong scientific foundation for the field. Their work provides a blend of empirical research, real-life applications, and practical exercises. What is positive psychology? Positive psychology is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It is a rigorous scientific field that focuses on what makes life worth living. It studies 1. Positive subjective experiences such as joy, satisfaction, love, and flow. 2. Positive individual traits like courage, creativity, resilience, and integrity. 3. Positive institutions such as families, schools, and communities that encourage flourishing. In short, it is the scientific study of human strengths and well-being. Core themes of the book. The book is organized around several key themes and pillars that guide the positive psychology approach. 1. The value of positive emotions. Positive emotions are not just feel-good experiences. According to Barbara Fredrickson's broaden and build theory, they expand our awareness and encourage novel, creative, and flexible thinking. Over time, this helps build lasting psychological resources like social bonds, resilience, and coping skills. 2. Human strengths and virtues. One of the key contributions of positive psychology is the classification of character strengths and virtues. In partnership with the V Institute, Seligman and Peterson created a system that identifies 24 character strengths under 6 broad virtues that are consistent across time and culture: wisdom and knowledge, creativity, curiosity, open-mindedness, love of learning, courage, bravery, persistence, integrity, humanity, kindness, love, social intelligence, justice, fairness, leadership, teamwork, temperance, forgiveness, humility, prudence, self-control. Transcendence, appreciation of beauty, gratitude, hope, spirituality. These strengths are seen as the psychological building blocks for a good life. 3. The Good Life and Human Flourishing. The book emphasizes living a full life that integrates pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Seligman's model of well-being, known as PERMA, includes positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment. Each of these components contributes to our overall sense of well-being and fulfillment. The book discusses how these elements can be measured and enhanced through intentional activities. Scientific methodology and measurement. Tools. One of the strengths of this book is its commitment to scientific rigor. The authors do not simply propose theories. They back up claims with experimental studies, longitudinal research, and cross-cultural analysis. They also introduce a number of practical tools and scales used in positive psychology. Snyder's Hope Scale measures a person's agency, goal-directed energy, and pathways, planning to meet goals. Satisfaction with Life Scale, SWLS, measures global life satisfaction. PANIS, Positive and Negative Affect Schedule, measures emotional well-being. VIA Inventory of Strengths, a 240-question test used to identify personal strengths. These tools are designed not just for academic research, but also for use in coaching, therapy, and self-development. Application of positive psychology in life domains. This part of the book also explores how positive psychology applies to various parts of daily life. In education, strengths-based approaches improve student engagement, motivation, and academic achievement. In the workplace, focusing on employee strengths boosts productivity and job satisfaction. In personal life, cultivating gratitude, mindfulness, and goal setting leads to improved well-being. These applications make the book highly practical and relevant to people from all walks of life. Part 2. Strengths, Resilience, and Emotional Well-being. Understanding. Strengths in daily life. The authors emphasize that strengths are not just admirable traits. They are practical tools for a thriving life. They explain how knowing and using one's character, strengths, helps people. Increase life satisfaction. Handle challenges more effectively. Build stronger relationships. Find meaning in work and daily activities. For example, someone high in gratitude may experience more positive emotions and build stronger social ties. Someone strong in perseverance can better overcome obstacles and stay focused on long-term goals. The book encourages people to identify their top strengths, often called signature strengths, using the VIA survey, and then apply them intentionally in different areas of life, such as at work, a teacher using their strength of curiosity to explore new teaching methods. In relationships, a parent using their strength of kindness to respond to their child's struggles with more patience. In goals, a student applying perseverance to stick to a challenging academic program. The authors stress that strengths-based living is not just for personal happiness. It contributes to collective well-being in families, workplaces, and society. Emotions. Not just feelings, but fuel. In earlier psychology, emotions, especially positive ones, were often considered less important than thoughts or behaviors. This book, however, presents a different view. Positive emotions play a vital role in growth and resilience. Drawing on Barbara Fredrickson's broaden and build theory, The book explains that positive emotions widen our attention and thinking, help us become more creative and open-minded, increase our ability to connect with others, build lasting psychological and social resources. For example, when we feel joy or gratitude, we are more likely to engage with others, solve problems creatively, and stay motivated. Over time, these emotional experiences help us develop inner strength and social support systems. Practical exercises such as 3 good things, writing down 3 things you're grateful for every night, have been shown to increase happiness and reduce depression in as little as 2 weeks. The authors also note that positive emotions don't cancel out negative ones, but they help us bounce back faster and see challenges more clearly. Hope and optimism, thinking about the future. A central theme in Snyder's work is hope. Hope is not wishful thinking, it is a cognitive process involving 1. Goals, the desired outcomes we want to achieve. 2. Pathways, our ability to plan ways to reach those goals. 3. Agency, the motivation to pursue those pathways. People high in hope tend to set more ambitious goals, find multiple routes to reach those goals, bounce back from setbacks with greater ease. This book explains how hope therapy can help people set realistic goals and strengthen their problem-solving abilities, especially during tough times. Optimism, often confused with hope, is the belief that things will generally turn out well in the future. It is linked to lower risk of depression, stronger immune function, better academic and job performance. The authors cite research by Martin Seligman, who found that explanatory style, how people explain success or failure, strongly influences their optimism. Optimists tend to see setbacks as temporary. This is just a bad day. Specific. This one area needs improvement. External. It's not entirely my fault. Whereas pessimists tend to view setbacks as permanent, global, and personal, leading to feelings of helplessness. Positive psychology teaches people to challenge their negative thoughts and build more realistic and empowering interpretations of events. Resilience. Bouncing back. Stronger. Resilience is the ability to recover and grow from adversity. It doesn't mean avoiding hardship. It means learning and adapting from it. The book explores several key factors that help build resilience. Positive relationships. Social support is one of the strongest buffers against stress. Cognitive flexibility. Being able to reframe negative experiences and see other perspectives. Emotional regulation. Learning to tolerate discomfort without becoming overwhelmed. Purpose. Having a larger reason to keep going, even in dark times. Real-life stories and research in the book show how people who survive trauma or loss often emerge with deeper appreciation for life, stronger relationships, a renewed sense of meaning. This phenomenon is called post-traumatic growth. The book emphasizes that growth is not automatic. It depends on how people process and respond to challenges. Positive interventions like journaling, gratitude practice, and goal setting can help transform struggle into strength. Mindset and growth. Building on the work of Carol Dweck, the book explores how people's beliefs about their abilities influence their success and well-being. Fixed mindset. The belief that intelligence or talent is unchangeable. Growth mindset. The belief that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. Positive psychology aligns with the growth mindset, emphasizing the potential for change and development. Students and professionals with a growth mindset. Embrace challenges. See effort as necessary for growth. Learn from feedback. Persist despite failure. The book includes exercises for cultivating a growth mindset, such as reflecting on past improvements, rewriting negative self-talk, viewing setbacks as opportunities to learn. By adopting this mindset, people not only improve performance but also increase their sense of control and hope for the future. Part 3. Meaning, flow, and positive relationships. Meaning in life more than happiness. The authors dedicate an entire chapter to meaning as one of the cornerstones of positive psychology. While happiness is about pleasure and satisfaction, meaning involves having a sense of purpose or contributing to something larger than oneself. Meaningful lives are associated with higher life satisfaction, better mental and physical health, increased resilience during stress. Positive psychology points out that meaning often comes from 1. Connection with others. Family, friends, and communities provide a source of belonging and shared purpose. 2. Contributing to society. Volunteering or working for a cause greater than oneself helps create lasting impact. 3. Pursuing personal growth. Learning new skills, overcoming challenges, and achieving personal goals lead to a deep sense of fulfillment. The book explains that meaning is not static. It evolves as people encounter new life stages, face challenges, or gain wisdom. By identifying their personal values and goals, individuals can align their actions with their deeper sense of purpose. The authors stress that meaning and happiness are not mutually exclusive. In fact, living a life of meaning can enhance happiness over time. They encourage readers to reflect on what truly matters to them, whether it's in their careers, family, relationships, or personal development. The power of flow. Optimal experience. Flow, a concept first introduced by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, refers to the state of complete immersion and engagement in an activity. People in a state of flow often lose track of time and self-consciousness, fully focused on the task at hand. The authors describe how flow experiences contribute to increased happiness. People feel most alive and satisfied when engaged in activities that challenge them, but are still within their abilities. Heightened performance. Flow states tend to enhance people's creativity, productivity, and problem-solving abilities. Self-growth. Through flow, individuals can push themselves to grow and master new skills. For flow to occur, 3 conditions are necessary. 1. Clear goals. Knowing what you are trying to achieve. 2. Balance between challenge and skill. The task should be challenging enough to stretch your abilities, but not so hard that it leads to frustration. 3. Immediate feedback. Instant feedback helps adjust actions and keep people immersed in the activity. The book encourages people to find activities that induce flow in their own lives. These might include creative pursuits, art, music, writing, sports and physical activities, work and professional tasks that engage deeply, learning new skills or hobbies. The authors stress that flow is highly individualized. What produces flow for one person may not for another. Thus, discovering your personal flow experiences is key to living a fulfilling life. Positive relationships. The heart of happiness. The book devotes a chapter to positive relationships, which are seen as essential to well-being. Healthy, supportive relationships significantly boost happiness and life satisfaction. Key aspects of positive relationships include trust, a feeling of security and support. Communication, open, empathetic communication strengthens bonds. Shared experiences, Spending time together in meaningful ways deepens connections. Support. Being able to rely on others in times of need fosters resilience. The authors cite research showing that people with strong social networks are less likely to suffer from depression and anxiety, and they tend to live longer lives. Moreover, compassionate and loving relationships create a ripple effect where kindness spreads throughout communities. The book also discusses the importance of forgiveness and conflict resolution in maintaining positive relationships. Holding grudges or engaging in toxic behavior only harms one's well-being and can lead to isolation. Positive relationships are also crucial in the workplace, where teamwork, collaboration, and support from colleagues can significantly improve job satisfaction and performance. The authors suggest simple practices like active listening, appreciation, and constructive feedback to enhance relationships at work. Positive institutions, creating a supportive society. The authors argue that positive psychology is not just for individuals, it should also inform institutions and societies. Schools, workplaces, healthcare systems, and governments all have the potential to create environments that foster human strengths and well-being. The book explores the role of positive institutions, emphasizing that organizations that prioritize strengths-based practices, employee well-being, positive leadership, supportive learning environments tend to have more engaged and productive members. For example, workplaces that value employee strengths and offer opportunities for personal growth have higher job satisfaction and lower turnover rates. In education, schools that focus on student strengths, encourage emotional intelligence, and promote resilience create better learning environments and prepare students for lifelong success. The authors highlight that institutions should move beyond traditional metrics like test scores or profit margins and focus on well-being and personal development. They propose that fostering optimism, purpose, and emotional health should be part of institutional missions. Conclusion: The Road to Flourishing. In the final chapters, the authors synthesize their ideas into a framework for flourishing, living a life filled with positive emotions, meaning and purpose, resilience in the face of adversity, deep, supportive relationships. The book concludes by stressing that positive psychology is about more than just feeling happy. It's about living fully, engaging with life in a way that promotes both personal growth and the well-being of others. It's about choosing to thrive rather than merely survive. To achieve this, the authors encourage readers to reflect on strengths and use them intentionally. Cultivate positive relationships and social support. Foster optimism, hope, and resilience. Find meaning in daily activities. Engage in flow to stay fully immersed in life's challenges. Ultimately, flourishing is an ongoing process, a journey that requires intentional practice and commitment. By using the insights from positive psychology, people can enhance their well-being and create a more fulfilling life.
Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to watch another one. We think you'll love it. And don't forget to follow us for more easy English and amazing book summaries. See you soon!